From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, over 200 arrests and missing children are found in a special operation done by local law enforcement agencies. Plus, the mayor talks about how Lincoln is doing in the State of the City address. But first tonight, a big investment in public safety. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Megan Conway. Rod has the night off. $11 million is being invested into Lincoln Fire and Rescue. Channel 8's Yosef Nasser got a behind-the-scenes look at Fire Station 8 today and joins us now with more as he covers Lincoln. Yosef?
Good evening, Megan. As you're about to see, Fire Station 8 is in disrepair. Now, the city's investment will help improve stations like this one and make it so first responders are equipped to respond quicker to emergency situations.
What we've got is a parking lot that we can't park on, cracks in the walls that are growing, our women firefighters having to go all the way upstairs to a small bathroom. Just all those things combined shows that it's really time to replace this station and have a nicer facility for our people.
Fire Chief David Engler says the $11 million will go towards renovating, even replacing older fire stations, with the hope, as I mentioned, of quickening those emergency response times and creating a safer working environment for employees.
We want safe facilities. We want to focus on rapid responses. So we call them turnout times, the time from dispatch to the time you're out the door. A lot of the older fire stations like this one really weren't built with that in mind.
Fire Station 8 is considered the most outdated facility in Lincoln. Get this, it's also one of the top 2 busiest in the city. That station is going to be knocked down and replaced. Others will receive renovations across the city. No firm timetable on when we could see the project completed, but the goal is to have something in place with that Fire Station 8 in 3 years. Meg.
Wonderful information there, Yosef, and I know you'll have more at 6 o'clock as well, so thank you very much for that story. Lincoln's mayor talking about that big investment today during the State of the City address. And that's not the only large check Lincoln is writing. $12 million will go to getting unemployed workers back into high-paying jobs. $23 million to travel and tourism. $21 million to nonprofits, and some financial support is also going to small businesses.
Next week, we will formally announce our program to distribute $10 million to the small businesses most impacted by the pandemic so that they, in turn, can provide jobs and build community. We're ready to provide direct assistance to your neighborhood coffee shop, favorite bookstore, and other small businesses that make Lincoln unique.
The pandemic and ways to fight back did make up a significant portion of this morning's address as well, and also the mayor encouraging everyone to spread the love. Big news today, several law enforcement agencies arrested over 200 people and rescued 3 missing children during a 4-month-long operation. Over half of those arrested were gang members. They recovered 86 guns, over $800,000 worth of drugs, and 2 stolen vehicles. The mission, called Operation KO, is to dismantle gangs in Nebraska. The operation was named after 2 fallen officers. Deputy U.S. Marshal Paul Kies, who was a team leader on the Metro Fugitive Task Force, and Officer Kerry Orozco, who was shot and killed in the line of duty. In national news now, the government will shut down in less than 72 hours unless Congress passes a funding bill. ABC's Elizabeth Scholze is in Washington with more.
Amid gridlock in Congress, time is running out to avert a government shutdown and U.S. debt crisis.
Keeping the government open and preventing default is vital to our country's future, and Democrats are going to make sure we do not lapse on either.
Without a funding agreement, the government will shut down at midnight Thursday. That could mean thousands of federal workers get furloughed, including 43% of Department of Health and Human Services staff.
Having services shut down, staffing cut in different agencies is not in the interests of addressing any crisis we face.
And Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen now says the government won't be able to pay its bills unless Congress raises the debt limit by October 18th. A scenario she calls catastrophic, as nearly 50 million Americans wouldn't receive Social Security payments.
It would be disastrous for the American economy, for global financial markets and for millions of families and workers whose financial security would be jeopardized by delayed payments.
Republicans are standing firm, insisting Democrats must include a debt ceiling hike as part of their $3.5 trillion budget bill.
If Democrats want to use fast-track, party line procedures to ram through trillions more in inflationary socialism, they'll have to use the same tools to handle the debt limit.
Democrats are still trying to iron out their differences over their budget bill, which includes funding for universal pre-K, paid maternity leave, free community college, and investments to fight climate change. Moderate Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema meeting with the president at the White House as they try to reach an agreement.
Now, there's one more piece to the puzzle in Congress, and that's the roughly $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. It's set for a final vote in the House on Thursday, but progressives are still threatening to block it unless more progress is made on that broader budget bill. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Another hot day in the 90s, but John, I hear there are some changes coming, maybe some cooler temperatures?
Pretty much anything's cooler than what we had today at this time of the year. We made it all the way up to 95 degrees this afternoon in Lincoln. That is the warmest temperature on the state in 68 years, and will go into the books as the third warmest September 28th, going back to 1887. Now, we are starting to cool off a little bit right now. It's 93 degrees outside in Lincoln. It's 91 in Beatrice. It's 90 degrees in New York, same story in Aurora, as well as out towards Grand Island. There are clouds beginning to stream in from the southwest, that's where some slightly cooler temperatures are located back into the western portion of the state. You can see the cloud cover starting to arrive into the area on the satellite and radar imagery over the state, and even some showers beginning to break out over the western panhandle of the state. Take you back to the west and to the south, and you can see showers and thunderstorms are starting to churn through Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, and New Mexico, and all that is coming our direction for the next 36 hours to next several days. For the rest of this evening, we'll keep cloudy skies, or at least skies starting to increase in cloud cover, turning partly to mostly cloudy skies overnight. 81 degrees by 8 o'clock and 77 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. As we mentioned, there are some cooler temperatures coming our way, as well as a chance for rain as early as tomorrow morning. We'll time it out and show you who's got the best chance for rain. It's coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, John. Back to local news now here. The mask mandate for Lincoln and Lancaster County has been extended. It was supposed to end at the end of this month, but will now run through October 28th. We'll have more on the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department's decision and a COVID update for you at 6 and 10 o'clock tonight. And in Omaha, a judge has refused to block Creighton University's vaccine requirement for students. The lawsuit says the students object to the vaccine mandate because the vaccines were developed or tested using cells from aborted fetuses. But the Vatican has declared that such vaccines are morally acceptable when others aren't available. And sticking in the Omaha area, Papillion La Vista Community School saw over 100 COVID cases in its first 3 weeks of school. So the school board decided to require masks, but parents are split on the decision.
I don't know how often you guys hear thank you for the measures that you have enacted, seeing these reports and seeing the numbers go down. I know my husband and I are deeply appreciative.
But other parents say the experience of wearing a mask was harmful or upsetting for their children last year.
I decided to homeschool my child because masks are traumatizing to her. Even if she doesn't have to wear a mask, the people around her, she believes that the air is harmful.
The board and district say they'll continue monitoring cases, and the mask mandate will stay in place for now. On a related note, top health experts say parents need to continue taking precautions to keep their kids safe from COVID. ABC's Alex Perche has more information.
As we continue to await approval of a COVID-19 vaccine for children under the age of 12, health experts say parents should keep taking steps to protect them. Choose outdoor activities over indoor activities. Remember to wear a mask and pick road trips instead of traveling through busy airports. These simple things could have a major impact. As for the return of normalcy, experts warn social anxiety may be a problem. To help combat this, consider short play dates. Some experts also recommend just paying close attention to a child's social cues. As we move forward, doctors say it's important to be aware of any social and medical hurdles, maintain precautions, and be in tune with your child's reservations. With this Medical Minute, I'm Alex Prochet, ABC News.
Still to come on the news tonight, the latest on the Gabby Petito case as the search continues for the only person of interest in her murder. Those details after the break.
Next ET, only we're with the
Now to the latest on the Gabby Petito case. Authorities are still searching for her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Her family now announcing a new foundation in her honor. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
For the first time, both the biological and step-parents of 22-year-old Gabby Petito speaking out publicly, donning new tattoos in honor of their late daughter.
She's with us. She's with us.
She's with us.
They're praying for justice and announcing the creation of the Gabby Petito Foundation that will give resources and guidance to the families of missing people.
We're just hoping that through our tragedy with losing Gabby, that in the future that some good can come out of it.
Gabby's death ruled a homicide by the coroner, and the search continues for her boyfriend, 23-year-old Brian Laundrie, who's a person of interest in the case. FBI agents returning to the Laundrie family home in Florida requesting some of Brian's things to assist them with DNA matching. Collective rewards for information leading to his capture now top $30,000. His parents say he was last seen 2 weeks ago, just 3 days after Gabby was reported missing.
For Brian, we're asking you to turn yourself in to the FBI or the nearest law enforcement agency.
Utah police releasing the phone call from a 911 dispatcher explaining what witnesses saw on August 12th in Moab when Gabby and Brian got into a heated argument. Officers called to the scene.
RP states seen a male hit a female domestic.
Officers say Laundrie was driving erratically before they pulled the couple over.
Subject says hit the curb.
Police separated them for the night. August 25th was the last time Gabby's parents spoke with her. Over the weekend, hundreds gathered in Gabby's Long Island hometown for her funeral. Authorities are still conducting an autopsy to determine her exact cause of death. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer.
What a day. Lots of sunshine early on. We've seen some clouds beginning to move into the area as we've gone through the afternoon. As mentioned yesterday, there are more of the high variety clouds moving in, trying to obscure the sun at times. But we have just warmed up throughout the day. We've made up to 95 degrees officially in Lincoln. As I mentioned earlier in the newscast, this is the third warmest September 28th on record. And it is now the warmest September 28th in 68 years. So it's been quite some time since we've seen temperatures that warm. By the way, back in 1953, that's actually the record high at 103 degrees on the date. 93 degrees is what we have right now at the airport. It's 94 along Yankee Hill Drive on the south side of town. Head down towards Beatrice, not nearly as warm. It's 91 degrees. 89 in Friend. It's 90 in York and 91 degrees coming in from Columbus right now. You can see in the satellite and radar imagery the clouds beginning to stream into the state, or at least the eastern half of the state. Go back out to the west, you can see we've got some scattering of showers and developing out into the southwestern panhandle. But as we look back to the south, this is part of this weather system that's starting to open up and start to eject up into the central plains out of the Rockies. We showed it to you yesterday where they were seeing showers and thunderstorms across New Mexico and Texas. Well, this is now spreading further east. In fact, even impacting down along the Gulf Coast with numerous showers and thunderstorms from Houston all the way over towards Mobile, Alabama, or make that, towards Alabama. But this moisture is going to keep streaming up to the north and northeast as we go through the overnight hours. It's also going to bring more cloud cover up our direction. We'll take you through 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you'll see how the clouds are overspreading southeast Nebraska. We're still dry at 5 o'clock in the morning. However, as we go into the early and mid-morning hours, you'll start to notice some showers beginning to develop on Stormcast, perhaps down towards Fairbury and Beatrice. And there will be just enough instability in the atmosphere. There could be a few rumbles of thunder embedded within these showers as they start to move north through the eastern third of the state. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe a lingering shower still in Lancaster County, but we'll keep a chance for a few scattered showers around. I think by late afternoon, things will start to dry out just a bit before more showers and thunderstorms begin to move out of the central part of the state off to the south and east. This is looking at 3 o'clock Thursday morning. You'll then begin to see how this rain overspreads the area Thursday morning. Still some question as to how long the rain hangs around on Thursday. I do think we will see a chance of more widespread rain through midday Thursday than what Stormcast is indicating right now. But you can see on Stormcast as we go through the overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, some places could see over an inch of rain down towards Beatrice and York, and it wouldn't be out of the question through Saturday. Some areas picking up 1 to as much as 2.5 inches of rain. Again, not out of the question. In fact, over the next 7 days, you can see computer models suggesting over an inch to upwards to 1.5 inches, but that doesn't really take account for individual thunderstorms. So if we still could see some locally heavier amounts. Otherwise, for the rest of this evening, temperatures dropping from the 80s into the 70s as we go into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures not nearly as cool as this morning. Lows will be down into the 60s. For tomorrow, we'll see high temperatures rebounding with mostly cloudy skies back into the mid-80s, so it's going to be another warm day, but just not as warm as today. 73 degrees on Thursday. It's also going to turn humid tomorrow and Thursday. 73 degrees on Friday for the start of the new month. Scattered showers possible on a Saturday with highs in the low 70s. And you'll notice going into next week, temperatures feeling much more fall-like, highs in the 60s with the chance for some rain returning to the area again by Wednesday of next week.
Those temperatures look much better. Thank you very much, John. 1 in 3 families struggles to provide enough clean diapers for their children. 2 local organizations are trying to help those families.
We often see that mothers will use the diapers longer to try to stretch them farther, and so you get a lot of diaper rash. And then we see a lot of times mothers actually trying to wear smaller diapers on their children than they need because, again, that's what they can afford.
Some families even report using t-shirts, plastic bags, or rags in place of diapers. The Life House had a 107% increase in diaper distribution last year due to the financial burden the pandemic placed on a lot of families.
COVID-19 was unique in that we were still serving all the low-income families, but also a lot of people lost jobs. And so we were serving people who found themselves in situational poverty, and that was unlike anything we had ever done before.
The Open Door mission says its diaper supply is lower than it's ever been in the last 26 years. And you can find links to donate on our website, klkntv.com, under the Links We Mentioned tab. And speaking of parents, a mother inspired to give back after her own difficult experience, and she didn't let the pandemic stop her. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the story.
9 years ago, Maria Benteen found herself in a place she never expected to be, the Newborn Intensive Care Unit, or NICU.
My twin girls, Macy and Mia, were born at 25 weeks gestation, which means about 15 weeks early.
Macy and Mia were only 1 pound 11 ounces each, their NICU stay lasting nearly 4 months.
When I got out of the NICU, I just had this overwhelming feeling that I just wanted to give back.
Maria is now division coordinator for the Greater Philadelphia area of Project Sweet Peas, a nonprofit supporting families with newborns in intensive care.
Being in the NICU is a very isolating experience. A lot of times there's a lot of scary medical terms and statistics that come at you, and you're just kind of like overwhelmed.
Maria coordinates sending care packages to families like hers, providing gifts to promote bonding between parent and child, and to celebrate the newborn's milestones.
Like a special kimono style onesie that says tiny but mighty for the very first days when your child's allowed to put on clothes.
And the pandemic hasn't stopped Maria from doing the work.
When COVID hit, we kind of had to take all of our programs virtual. So we collected gas gift cards and food gift cards, and then we sent the gift cards to the hospitals.
September is NICU Awareness Month, and Maria is coordinating the delivery of 300 care packages to 12 different hospitals in her area.
It's 100% volunteer work for me, from the fundraisers to what inventory we need to order, to collecting handmade items, to finding volunteers.
Hi.
Macy and Mia often lending a hand.
We help pack the care packages. We put books and stuff for the babies.
Last year, the whole Benteen family participated in Project Sweet Pea's first annual virtual 5K to fundraise and spread awareness.
The money goes right back into our NICU care package programs, our holiday programs, our grant programs.
Macy and Mia admiring their mom.
I think it's nice for her to care about the babies in the NICU. I like that she's spreading kindness.
Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
What a heartwarming story. And there's still time to participate in that Sweet Peas virtual 5K if you'd like. You can find the sign-up link on our website under the Links We Mentioned tab. Now let's take a look at Wall Street. Not a good day at all. The Dow falling 570 points. NASDAQ is down 423. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, high-stakes showdowns on Capitol Hill.
Finally tonight, a herd of goats were on the loose in Atlanta. Take a look at this. The goats, were just enjoying the nice weather and having a little bit of shrubbery as a snack. A driver did report seeing one get in the road, though. So police say they were brought in to eat weeds at a nearby grocery store, but then got loose. Animal control and the owner of the goats had to herd them all up and take them to safety away from passing cars. Not something you see every day in Atlanta.
That's what happens when you let them be hungry out there, and they'll move on and find another pasture to go after, huh?
Goats eat everything, so.
That's right.
Final check of our weather, John?
Yeah, still warm outside. Temperatures remain in the 90s. It's going to be slow to cool off tonight, with lows only dropping into the 60s. Clouds will be on the increase as well as we go through the overnight hours. We could have some showers and thunderstorms by morning. 81 degrees by 8, 77 by 10.
Thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.
Closed